coast to coast, it's where we belong. SwishEdition.com. SwishEdition.com.
Kristen, it's Monday, September 29th, and I had to sit in the dark this morning and rewrite the beginning of our show because there's breaking news.
And you nearly gave me a heart attack because you texted me that there was some new update about Dolly Parton, and I had to Google real quick because you scared me.
Well, I wasn't even going to start with Dolly Parton, and now you've told the people that we're going to talk about Dolly Parton. You've ruined the rest of the show. Take two.
Womp womp.
Kristen, breaking news. It was announced yesterday, Sunday, during the late football game between somebody and somebody.
Dallas and the Green Bay Packers.
That the Super Bowl halftime show, which we've been talking about on the show lately, thinking it was going to possibly be Adele last week. And we both poo-pooed that idea, as did everyone else in the world.
Including Adele herself.
Adele. They announced the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Performer will be Puerto Rican rapper, singer, and record producer Bad Bunny, whose real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. Dude's 31. They call him a superstar. I guess you can be a superstar at 31 years old.
Of course.
Latin superstar. He said earlier in an interview in September, this past September, which was, that's this month, that he chose not to do any concert dates in the 50 United States during his current world tour. He made that decision because he was afraid ICE immigration agents would show up at his concert venues. I guess that's a legit concern for a superstar Latin performer, right?
Imagine he wasn't so concerned for himself, that he was rather concerned for his fans that would turn up by the thousands and thousands, right?
Well, of course he's not concerned for himself because he is an American.
Yes.
Puerto Rico is America. The National Football League, Apple Music, and Rock Nation made the announcements yesterday, like Kristen said, during the Green Bay and Dallas game. You know, I saw him on Saturday Night Live this past season, and he's good, but his music is certainly not the most mainstream.
I think it's going to be very polarizing.
It's going to be very polarizing. He's not Taylor Swift. He's not Aerosmith. He's not Michael Jackson. He's not something... He's not a performer that the average housewife in Duluth is going to know who the hell he is.
I mean, to a certain extent, every Super Bowl performer is controversial or polarizing, but I think he's just going to be less familiar to a larger demographic. But we'll see. He's very entertaining.
The most recent performers in reverse order, as you guys probably know already, this year it was Kendrick Lamar. The year before that, it was Usher. The year before that, it was Rihanna. The year before that, it was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige, along with Kendrick Lamar. Before that, it was The Weeknd.
Oh my God, how far back are you going to go?
There's a reason I'm doing this. Jesus. And then the year before that, in 2020, it was Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. And you have to go all the way back to 2019 with Maroon 5 before you get a white person.
My God.
No, that's not true because Eminem was in 2022. He was the lone white person in that show. No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Jay-Z
remember
is the
many
one.
of these.
Jay-Z is the one who is host or is producing these shows for the NFL. I think he had a 5 or 10-year contract. I'm not sure exactly how long the contract was, but that might be why we're getting the more diversified performers.
Diverse.
Yes. In a certain
I don't remember.
demographic.
I mean, Usher I thought was great.
Yeah.
I think
Usher
Kendrick
put on a great
Lamar was also a very polarizing artist.
Absolutely.
I don't remember anything about The Weeknd's performance.
It was good.
I remember J-Lo and Shakira, and of course I remember the 90s hip hop rap lineup, but
no, I enjoyed them
Ho-hum.
all. I enjoyed them all except Kendrick Lamar. I thought that was just a really weird, like you said, a polarizing choice. And a lot of people were scratching their heads like, what? Why Kendrick Lamar? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Super Bowl 60 will be played February 8th, 2026 in Santa Clara, California.
Excellent.
It's your turn
Yeah.
now. Oh, it's
So
your turn for the
more
now the Dolly news.
more breaking news that I almost ruined. That I said Scott tried to give me a heart attack, texting me early this morning that there was news about Dolly. So of course I had to quickly Google to make sure that she hadn't passed on, and she hasn't. But
Thank goodness.
she announced yesterday that she has to postpone her Vegas residency. Due to some health challenges. She will not be able to create and rehearse for her Sin City residency at Caesar's Palace, which was supposed to begin in December. So a direct quote from Dolly, she said, "As many of you know, I've been dealing with some health challenges and my doctors tell me I must have a few procedures. As I joked with them, it must be time for my 100,000-mile checkup, although it's not the usual trip to see my plastic surgeon." But
I love that. That's very cute.
She also announced some new dates for her 6 Las Vegas shows at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. They were originally slated for, as I said, December of this year. They're now being postponed until September of 2026.
It's a long postponement.
Yeah, it is. She had previously announced her Dolly Live in Las Vegas show in June, and she last performed an extended run in Vegas 32 years ago.
That's the last time she's
That's
performed
amazing.
here.
How old is she? 70 what? 79? God bless her.
Guess who else is 79 or will be 79 in about 4 weeks? My
Who?
dad. Is
that right?
And my dad is literally right below me right now. He's here.
Oh, your parents are visiting.
He's here in my house. It's been interesting the last couple of days. I need to talk about something that is, I don't know, just so head scratching that a lot of the world just could not understand what Serena Williams was thinking. Did you see this, Kristen?
I didn't.
Tennis legend Serena Williams posted a photo of a cotton plant used as decoration in the 5-star New York City hotel elevator lobby, the hotel she was staying at in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was I don't know if she said this out, if it was a video, it was a reel, or if it was just a bunch of snapshots, but she said, "All right, everyone, how do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel right," she wrote. I mean, I don't understand that. Was she triggered because slaves used to pick cotton 2 centuries ago? Does she not wear cotton clothes and sleep on cotton sheets every night? I mean, I don't understand. Cotton can be very pretty. I don't know if there's a picture on the next page, Kristen, if you want to see the plant that she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally, cotton grows on like twigs, and they literally look like cotton balls, like you wipe your eye makeup off with.
Yes. We
And
know
they're
what cotton
really
looks like.
pretty. I don't understand why anyone would be triggered by that. Slaves picked all kinds of things, not just cotton, right?
Yes, but it's such a flashpoint. It's such a flashpoint of imagery for the whole notion of slavery. I'm so sorry to disagree with you. Actually, I'm not sorry to disagree with you. I, I think that was a not a great choice. Talk about something that's polarizing. It's not part of your experience, but can you imagine if you were a person of color that might be, yes, very triggering for you? I don't know why anyone would choose that as a decorative item.
I guess I have to put my feet in her shoes, I guess. And
Yes.
I guess I can't do that. I don't know. The backlash online was fierce, with people siding with her. Thousands of people were siding with her, just like you just did, and others were threatening boycotts of that particular hotel, which she did not
Oh my
name.
God. That's a little bit ridiculous. I just think, like, of all the things you could choose to decorate with, you chose cotton. Like, why? Why would you do that?
It's just one vase in one elevator lobby. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. The design, I assume they hired a florist there in Manhattan who is in charge of going around and changing the floral displays on a regular basis in a 5-star hotel. I mean,
I
They do
bet
that
the
here in
person who
Vegas.
made that decision, that design decision, was not a person of color. I'll just say that.
I would love to find out. Wouldn't you love to find out? I mean, that
Yeah,
if it
let's try.
was, then I will do some deeper digging into that. I will
Okay,
do
good,
that.
good, good.
It should be pointed out that Serena Williams' husband is white. I don't know.
And what does that have to do with anything?
What does that have to do with anything, Kristen? Why would you even bring that up?
I don't know. Why did you? Whatever. We're moving on. We're moving on to a more fun topic, which is drinking.
I love to drink. You have no idea what's in my mug.
Yeah. Yes, but guess what, Scott? This surprises me. There's a new Gallup poll out, which reveals that the U.S. drinking rate is at a new low. I would never have guessed that. I would have guessed the opposite.
Especially in times of crisis and downfall.
Exactly. In times of misery, people turn to the drink. Yeah. So this Gallup poll says that we're at a new low of 54% of the people that they polled admit to drinking. And they've been drinking alcohol. Yes. They've been polling people on this topic since 1939, which is remarkable in and of itself. And according to their data, the high was back in the mid 70s when 71% of people admitted to drinking alcohol, which was right. That was like the Carter administration. So it was high inflation, high unemployment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right before Reagan.
So, So the majority of Americans admit that they believe any alcohol consumption will have a negative effect on their health. And young adults are much less likely to be drinkers than older Americans, which is also the opposite of what I would expect. The percentage goes up steadily the older you are. Yeah.
Because the older you are, you're like, fuck it. Might as well have a drink. Might as well enjoy myself
before I die. Yes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So here's some interesting data. Men drink more than women, 57% of men compared to 51% of women. White people drink more than people of color. And I guess they've lumped basically everyone who's not white into one category here. I'd love to see the data, but 56% of white people versus 52% of people of color. People who are in a lower income bracket, those that make less than $40,000 per year, presumably is this data point. 39% of people who make less than $40,000 a year say that they drink alcohol, compared to 66% of people who make more than $100,000 a year. Which is
right. Well, because the rich people can afford it and the poor people
that says
can't.
something about disposable income. Yeah, right. But that doesn't correlate to like the misery index of, drinking away your cares when you're trying to live on minimum wage. And the other fascinating one is that Republicans drink a lot less than Democrats, self-proclaimed. 46% of Republicans versus 61% of Democrats.
Now that's a bigger number,
a bigger disparity
than any of the others you talked about.
Yeah.
Republicans drink a lot less than Democrats. That doesn't even make sense to me, because you always think of a Republican having a glass of wine in their hand, right?
Or a highball swirling their scotch.
You said poor people or people with lesser income, 39 to 66%. I mean, I always picture a hobo on the street, drinking out of a brown paper bag. So the hobos always have a beer, right? They always manage to find one, no matter how much money they have. Is that even
a word that anyone should be using still, hobo?
I don't know.
Goodness
Kristen,
gracious.
hold my beer while I go get myself a Bloody Mary. I'm not a Democrat, but I like to drink. Hey, just to wrap up the show, I want to say a couple reviews of things I've done, because I think I talked about it last week, things I was going to do. I went to the Bears-Raiders game yesterday. I really, really, really don't want to talk about it, Kristen, because it was horrible at the end. Our kicker lost the game for us in the last couple seconds. He did not kick that ball very far. He was supposed to kick it through. I don't know if you have ever watched a game, but at the end of the at the end zone, they have this upright thing. It's usually yellow. Ours is yellow, and it's made of metal, and it looks like a big Y. And he has one job to do. His job is to kick that football between those two pieces of metal.
Between the
I don't know
uprights. I know.
Yeah.
It's the
He did not
worst
do that.
job. It's the worst job in the NFL. I don't know
Yeah.
why anyone would sign up to be a kicker. It's all the pressure on you. You know, like I don't know how anyone could survive it. And you get cut if you screw it up like your guy did one too many times, you know, 2 or 3 times, you're done. Horrible,
Yeah.
horrible job.
Also, I took my parents to that yesterday. I also took them to see The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, the Las
How
Vegas
was
Sphere.
that?
We did that at 11 a.m. on Friday. It was the first show of the day. I think I mentioned to you guys last week that show is making $2 million a day. They've already sold
Insane.
$65 million worth of tickets. All right, let me
Oh,
tell you. So we sat low in the 300. So we were in the second row of the 300 section. That's where we were.
mhm.
$180 for each ticket
Damn.
to a 75-minute movie that's been out since 1939. However,
but presumably it was
quite a
an
spectacle.
elevated experience compared to watching it on your
mean,
TV or even in a
the
movie theater.
Well, of course it was. It's all in HD, super 16K or whatever. It's on a screen that's the size of 4 football fields. There's 168,000 speakers. There is a literal, and I'm not joking, when the tornado comes and takes Dorothy and that house up out of the ground in Kansas and drops her in Oz, there is a literal tornado in the theater. I mean, so bad that our hair was going and leaves were flying around, and I thought I was going to get picked up right out of my seat. I'm not joking.
That's awesome.
When they go and meet the Tin Man and the evil trees start throwing apples at them. Apples fall from the sky, these foam rubber apples that I didn't get one. I didn't catch one, but that's kind of fun. When they go through the poppy field, it literally snows in the theater. It was snowing all around us. There's lots of cool things about it. However, the technology isn't quite there to make the characters look as real as I want them to look and as they did in the original movie. So they've upscaled it. Obviously, they didn't have that technology way back in 1939. The whole thing was in mono, so they had to rescore the whole thing with a new orchestra. That sounds awesome. The backgrounds look beautiful. It's the characters like Dorothy and the wizard and the witch, and they just are a little herky jerky every now and then. And the Oompa Loompas, not Oompa Loompas, Munchkins, they were a couple of them were kind of a little herky jerky, and you could tell that they were computer generated, and it kind of bummed me out a little bit. But I think it needs a couple more years, and maybe they'll get there. However, a little bit more. I'm not telling you not to go. I think you should go. Don't sit in the super, super expensive seats. It's not worth it.
Got it.
You could sit anywhere in that theater and have a good time. But speaking of the Sphere, Kristen, Brian May, who I have met personally and shook hands with and chatted with, of the amazing legendary rock group Queen, he has announced that he was at a recent Eagles concert at the Sphere, and he wants to do the Sphere. You know, famously, Adam Lambert is now their lead singer. And they put on an amazing, amazing show. And Adam, man, we all know Adam can sing his heart out.
Yeah.
I think Queen and Adam Lambert would be a great addition to the Sphere, and I would go see that.
That would make a good show for sure.
It would be awesome. All right, that's all we got for today. Kristen, you want to do this again tomorrow?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
How about we wear the same outfits? Does that work?
Yeah. Good plan.
All right, I'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.
tell her that you're recording?
No,
Why didn't you
There-
tell her?
because there. Just shut up. Shut up.
Just told me to shut up, so I will. All right, you run the whole. I'll just react to you. You do the whole show, and I will just sit here and look good. How about that?
That no problem. I can handle it.